Hey traders, Raghee here, and in this update I'm going to talk about what the CPI did and what we want to do about it. So first of all, what did the CPI do? And I'm not going to look at the economic calendar for this because we could see what the reading is if we go to any number of the economic calendars. I'm going to go out to the May Fed meeting and look at the target rate probability. When the CPI came out, this column shrank, this column went up, and immediately we started to factor in a higher probability of a terminal rate, which is the highest rate we expect the Federal Reserve to go with what we know right now, to 4.75% to 5%. That's what that 475 to 500 means. 4.75 to 5.0. Anytime we're at or below 5%, equities are going to rally. Anytime we're at above 5.25 and higher, equities are going to sell off. So a cooler than expected CPI gave the green light to traders to say, look, we don't expect the Federal Reserve to have to be as hawkish. They're going to be hawkish, of course. We still have plenty of more rate hikes to come. But where is that terminal rate? Where are rates going to peak and plateau? All right, now what do we want to do with this? So you might think that I want to be a buyer. I don't, gang. We want to be long from lower, but we want to be short from higher. And the way that we're moving right now is to the upside. We haven't been up at these levels all that often. Really what's happened is we've had more tests of lows and we've had more opportunities to look for patterns to play the short squeeze, which essentially has happened every time we've hit a new yearly low. The short squeeze has pretty much commenced very quickly. But as we move higher towards resistance, now we can start thinking about where we can short. And I'm looking at volume-based resistance at a -1 standard deviation in the NASDAQ. This could also play out in QQQ via puts. And between 11.5 and I'm really looking at 11.750. Right? In this area, I'm looking for a pattern to give me the confirmation of a short sell, not unlike what we saw back in mid to late October. But that's not the only place. Let's stick with another futures contract. And I like this one even better. This one's a trend. Long bonds. Now you can do this with the ZB December contract or TLT puts. Am I going to short into this today? No, I'd like to see the resistance. Now, where are we? Here's some price-based resistance. It's a previous Darvis level. Beautiful. That's a good Darvis-based zone where I would expect short sellers to wake up, right? And then I know there's good volume-based resistance just below the -1 standard deviation. That works. I don't need a whole heck of a lot to confirm a downtrend. I just need to find what's the rip that I want to short. We know what buy the dip is. Now, we want to get into and short the rip. Rip is just another way of saying rally or retracement, right? Retracement to the upside. So I'm all for long puts. I'm going to wait for a pause candle formation up in this area, preferably inside those Darvis levels. Get short ZB or get long TLT puts. Now, sticking with this idea of finding shorts in this market, gosh, what's not to like about the XLC downtrend? This is one of the weakest corners of the NAS. Now, while the NASDAQ's not in a downtrend, meaning NQ or QQQ, XLC is, right? And so this is a great place. If I think about the fact that I want to be short NAS, why not the best corner of the NAS? That's XLC. The second best corner of the NASDAQ, that's XLY. These are a lot of ideas here that we can focus on as the markets are rallying. How can we get short? I love XLY. What does XLY point us to? Again, what is XLY? It's a piece of the NASDAQ. It points us to Amazon. It points us to Tesla. Right? And if we were to bounce high enough, these would be great shorts. These are hardly bouncing. Very minor. So what does that mean for XLY? very nice potential short setup here. Now let me walk you through what XLY might look like. These are things that we do in both the futures room and in my Sector Secrets Mastery. Let me give you kind of an idea of what we'll do. I'm going to go out to minimally December 16 expiration. I want at least, a month, preferably more. And I'm going to start looking at the 140 or 141 puts. Now, those are both pretty illiquid. So then I'll be open to going out to January 20 and looking at the 140 or even 141 puts. Again, these are going to run about $7, $6.80 to $7. And so you've got a pretty good idea of what the cost is going to be. So for about $680 to $700 per option, you've got an opportunity to build a position after a rally in XLY, take advantage of the weakness in consumer discretionary, but also you're really shorting two of the weakest names in the market, clearly two of the weaker names in consumer discretionary. And this is the kind of thing that I like to use ETFs for because it gives us a lot more bang for our buck. And you might think, Rog, but as a futures trader, oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I would my preference to short NASDAQ and more so even than that, ZB, absolutely. But what could also be other trades that I could take advantage of with this move? That is where I'm looking. So I hope this helps. If you have symbols you're looking at or you're curious if those would be things that we can look at to the short side, join me for Charts and Coffee every morning, Monday through Friday, 9 to 9:20. I take as many questions as I can, show you the setups that I'm looking at with the tools that I use, and I hope that will help you take advantage of, I think, what is a pretty exciting time to be looking at the daily time frames for the first time probably since early summer. I've been day trading mostly through that window. So very excited about that. If you haven't checked out the live trading for the class that I just did, which is the volume decoded class, you can still join me for live trading. That is not starting till Monday. So you have all the days between now and then to review the class and review the Q&A after the class, get the indicators as well, and then join me for day trading. The cool thing about the day trading is we've split it up where we're going to be day trading in the live trading and swing trading. So I know I keep saying day trading. The live trading sessions are going to be split up between how I like to trade the 5-minute chart and how I like to trade the daily. These are all daily setups that I'm looking at. Keep an eye on the ZB. I'll see you in Charts and Coffee. And remember, gang, we're not necessarily out of the woods for a single CPI, right? There's still a lot of resistance out there, and we want to be long from lower or short from higher, and we're moving higher. So now it's time to start looking at the bearish side of the market. Hey traders, Raghee from Simpler Trading. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like and a comment below. And remember, subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll get notified of the next update. And when you're ready to join me for live trading, be sure to head on over to simplertrading.com. I'll see you in the next update.